Gorakhpur, the capital city of northeast corner of Uttar Pradesh, one of the most backward areas of the country. Gorakhpur and Basti divisions were part of Banaras Gorakhpur prefecture or the diocese of Varanasi. In 1984, 3 districts of Gorakhpur were bifurcated from the diocese of Varanasi. Today, the diocese of Gorakhpur consists of Gorakhpur, Deoria, Kushinagar, Maharajganj, Siddharthnagar, Sant Kabirnagar and Basti districts, spread in 18,946 square kilometers, inhabited by 1,70,94,000 people. Among them, 19.4% people are Dalits. Gorakhpur is also ill-reputed for its crime rate. With an ardent desire to transform this situation, Purvanchal Gramin Seva Samiti or PGSS was born.
Father Joseph Melot-Gochil, a CST father, with his experience in working with the tribals in Attapadi, got inspired to come to Gorakhpur area. Bishop Dominic Kokach also inspired Father, and they made a strategy of working with these poor and marginalized people.
The diocese was inaugurated in the year 1984. So there was a lot of backwardness in this area, illiteracy, no facility for health care, and people are exploited and disoriented. Our first duty was to organize the people for development. First of all, Father Joseph Melot-Gochil was appointed Director of Social Work. We began first our development work in this is the area block of the area.
PGSS was registered in 1986 as a charitable organization.
Father Joseph Melot-Gochil invited Sister Jennifer and me from SRA community and Sister Nambikai. We 3 of us came and helped him during training programs. Afterwards, 7 of us together we were working. From Devriya we used to come 20 to 25 kilometers. Monday till Saturday we used to stay in the villages with the people. We used to conduct meetings with the women till night, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. We stayed with them, we ate with them. They treated us as their family members. So we had non-formal education centers in 90 villages, and it was under the tree.
The work started in Deoria got extended to new centers. Between 1986 to 1990, the programs of animation along with Balwadis and adult education centers was started in 20 selected villages of every mission center.
I, Abdul Hamid, has been working in PGSS since 1988. Along with my puppetry troupe, I arrived at Devriya on September 25, 1987. When I began showing puppetry programs in the villages, the shows were against illiteracy, alcohol and superstitions. Then I started giving Atma training. We trained people to visit villages, to understand and analyze social problems and to fight against social evils by forming people's organizations. Thus the activities of PGSS got extended to new areas.
I was sent to Kasia in 1990. Many children were not going to school. We had 15 villages, and in each village we started the non-formal education program. We started the night classes as well as the noon classes for them. I was working with SD sisters, and the sisters were going to the village every day, and within 1 year we were able to start in each village the self-help groups also. The second year health education programs were going on.
PGSS के शुरुआती दिनों में In the initial days of PGSS, women's faces were covered in the veil. Their husbands would not allow them to take part in the meetings. The handicapped and the elderly were not treated well in their families and in the society. When we used to speak to the people about saving money, they thought we would run away with their money or we would convert them to Christianity.
उनका पैसा लेकर भाग जाएंगे, उनका धर्म परिवर्तन करेंगे.
The initial approach we had in our social development activities, the charity approach, certainly it did some good, and especially as our missionary approach was concerned, it was successful. But we could see that there was no basic growth with the people by our charity approach. So it made us to rethink our trend of giving, and we started the adult literacy program, which gave a basis for animation.
In the year 92, I came to Gorakhpur and I was staying in Bishop's house. By that time, PGSS had been shifted from Devariya to Gorakhpur, and we started construction of this training center in the Padri Bazaar area. When we completed 10 years of PGSS, we could organize thousands of women in Kushinagar. That was the first Women's Day celebration jointly done. With that too, we were doing in the separate community centers. So many were asking how we got all these women collected. The point is that we could mobilize the women into women's associations, their federation, self-help groups, and Kishori Samitis, all community development programs initiated through the CBOs. Our focus was integrated, participatory and sustainable development. When we were starting in the new millennium, we could identify the strategies required for the social animation.
I was given the responsibility to lead PGSS in the year 2003. PGSS had already reached to a certain heights under the able leadership of Father Francis. In terms of women empowerment, in terms of economic empowerment, also building people as social capital. There were already around 1,000 self-help groups existing at that time. So it was a challenge for me to take new initiatives from then on. In 2003, we started in lines with public-private partnership, collaboration with the government, a program called Poorest Area Civil Society Program, where together with 4 other networking partners, we implemented this program in 2 districts of Gorakhpur Basti division. Again, with the support of Sahajar Samooh, a network of voluntary organizations facilitated and promoted by PGSS, we started Sure Start, where we were also facilitating and strengthening women empowerment as well as maternal and neonatal health programs in Gorakhpur district. From 2003 to 2010, we also initiated Childline in order to promote child rights in Gorakhpur region.
Japanese encephalitis is an illness taking away lives of thousands of people of Gorakhpur area. Infant mortality rate is 67 for 1,000 infants. Due to illiteracy, superstitions and occult practices, people of the area have not been availing medical services. The diocese tried to counter this pathetic situation through a few dispensaries in the mission stations.
People's health in people's hands. This was the motto adopted by Catholic Diocese of Gorakhpur. Focusing on this, we established 12 dispensaries in the rural areas, and we found for the quality health care they require a referral hospital. So we thought of establishing a hospital in Gorakhpur so that people can come to the hospital with affordable expenses. Fatima Hospital in this view was established under the initiative of PGSS so that the people from the villages could guide them and bring them for quality health care.
This is our OPD block. We have services for general medicine, pediatrics, ophthalmology, gynae and orthopedics. We have an average OPD of 175 to 200 patients per day. This side we have the casualty, then we have the laboratory services and all the diagnostic services are done here. This is our neonatal intensive care unit. We can keep around 20 babies in this. So babies usually come with complications like jaundice, pneumonia, then premature babies. Children with respiratory related problems are kept here. It is a licensed blood bank. It has been started functioning since 2006. This is the bleeding room where the donors are they are kept here to donate blood. This is a blood storage room. We have 5 operation theaters. This is the cardiac operation theater where we do open heart surgeries, closed heart surgeries.
Fatima Hospital is also a nursing school. After a period of 3.5 years of training in general nursing, 40 students go out of Fatima every year to give medical service to the needy. Intervention of PGSS in the health field has been a transition from distributing medicines through the dispensaries to community health program, mobile clinics, mothers groups, voluntary health and sanitation groups, and celebration of village health and nutrition day every month.
Purvanchal Gramin Seva Samiti is now a member of the District Health Society, Rogi Kalyan Samiti and ASA mentoring group. We are also a part of the Saloni, a government program for adolescent girls. We have 80 schools where we are supporting and helping the teachers who have been already trained by government. In those schools, we are trying to ensure 3 most important things. One, in 1 month, at least 1 lecture on health education is given. Second, 3 important health services are given. That is, immunization of these adolescent girls with tetanus toxoid. Second, distribution of iron and folic acid tablets, and third, distribution of deworming tablets. So that way our approach has now shifted from direct intervention to participating in government programs and strengthening government programs.
Intervening in a society riddled with parda system, discrimination of widows, and many cases of child marriages in a male-dominant patriarchal system, PGSS, through its Mahila Mandals and self-help groups, have liberated women and gave them dignity as leaders of the people. Women who have joined PGSS services have many stories of growth and empowerment to narrate.
मेरा नाम शीला है, मैं पूर्वांचल।
I am Sheila. I joined PGSS in 1994 when I came in contact with Sister Regina. She appointed me as a Balwadi teacher. After teaching the children for 1 year, I enrolled their names into the government school. In 1996, I started working as a facilitator in PGSS. I worked mainly for women's organization. PGSS has given us training of trainers. Through this, today I am able to train other social workers, leaders, youth and teenage girls. I also am able to monitor and evaluate the activities of women's empowerment.
Women's empowerment का काम करती हूँ
1993 में मैं
I joined PGSS in 1993. I was appointed as a Balwadi animator. I had no courage to face people and speak to them. But through PGSS, I was empowered to tell people about various government schemes. I became confident to get into the midst of the people and to solve their problems and to form people's organizations. All these I obtained through PGSS. I had a lot of inhibitions for stage management. Today I am able to anchor programs in the midst of even 50,000 people. Just as parents hold the fingers of a child and enable it to walk, PGSS has caught my fingers and trained me to walk.
For the women, today we see that their husbands and their family members, they support them well, they go to the offices. Illiterate women can speak to the officials.
We were living in darkness. Sisters came into our village, conducted meetings, and helped us to bring development by our own efforts. They trained us to collect 20 rupees each and to deposit them regularly in the bank. We came to know about various government schemes for the poor. We succeeded in getting hand pumps in our village by the strength of our organization. We fought to get a ration shop in our village. All the women of our organization stood together on one side against the powerful people on the other side. We were told that the ration shop will be allotted only to the one who can pay rupees 40,000. All the men and women in our village supported our cause. We managed to withdraw rupees 40,000 from our self-help group account and paid it to the officials. And thus, we got the ration shop allotted to Mr. Narbada of our organization. Today, it is running well in our village. We have suffered a lot of difficulties. But the result of all these sufferings is that today we experience freedom.
सांसद सहले है आ सांसद के नौबत ये बाजे इतनी बेर हमन के नी आजादी आ गई
हमारे गांव की महिलाएं बहुत परेशान.
Women of our village have been suffering because of the drinking habit of our husbands. They would ill-treat us, would steal our money and sell away our food grains and provisions. Children had to go to bed hungry. We had no money to buy books for our children. One Murti Devi of our village was selling liquor. 5 office bearers of our women's organization tried to convince her to stop selling liquor. She insulted the women and was determined to continue her liquor business. We passed a resolution in our meeting and gave a complaint to the police station. At the request of the police inspector, we caught Murti Devi and took her to the police station. She was released only after agreeing in writing that she would never hereafter sell alcohol. Today she sells fried cereals on a cart and lives a happy and contented life.
Today, with the intervention of PGSS, women make micro-planning and present it in front of the Panchayat and block representatives. More and more women are becoming aware of their rights, and also 13,873 women fought for ration card and got it. 1,345 women managed to get Indira Awas. 4,188 families constructed toilets. 40,586 job cards were made. Under Manrega, 31,524 people got jobs. A large number of women contested in Panchayat Raj election, and among them 23 women became Pradhans. 12 women are elected as BDCs. 162 women became ward members.
Today, the lives of women of our organization are transformed. They are able to take decisions by themselves with regard to financial matters or marital issues. The women are able to take decision on giving loans. They are also capable of getting back those loans. We are not in any way inferior to men. We do not have to ask the opinion of the menfolk on any issue, but we are able to decide by ourselves. Formerly, women in our villages were afraid to take up jobs. Today, they take money from their self-help groups and open up shops. The women are in various businesses. Similarly, some women of our neighboring village have taken a loan of rupees 10,000 from their self-help group. With this, they have put up a small factory of snacks. Women, along with other members of their family, prepare snacks and pack them. Shopkeepers themselves come to their homes and buy their products. In the same manner, a woman has opened a grocery shop here nearby. I have put up this shop with the help of a loan of rupees 7,000 from self-help group. I sell snacks and biscuits, detergent powder and so on. There is a lot of support and benefit from our self-help group. I am able to educate my children. I was sitting idle at home. Now I am able to earn almost 300 rupees daily. I meet all the expenses of my home, pay the fees of my children. I am planning to take some more loans from the group so as to extend the shop with more facilities and articles. We, the women of our village, received a training from PGSS and we work together and make agabatis. We also make turmeric and chili powder and reach them to different shops and make enough money.
The Catholic Church in India has been synonym of formal education. Gorakhpur Diocese also has its own prestigious formal schools, but with a specific aim to educate the rural poor. PGSS began adult literacy centers in the initial period, but later PGSS witnessed a clear change in its strategy in the field of education.
This was started by PGSS as a balwadi in the 1980s. PGSS also constructed this school building. In 1995, PGSS handed over it to the village community and we run it by ourselves on behalf of the village community.
PGSS took the initiative to take forward the state program of Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. Today, it has reached its heights through Akshara Computer Literacy Program.
सबसे हिंदी के शुरुआत के अक्षर क के तरह बना तो एक खड़ी पाई लेके एक गोला बनौले के बाद एक निकलना और सीधा लाइन एक खींच देना तो ये अक्षर बन गई। कौन अक्षर बन गई? क।
ख से खरगोश, भ से भालू, ग से पतंग, ज से ढोलक, ह से फूल।
After working with these children for more than 25 years, we now feel that we need to work for the rights of children. So now PGSS facilitates child line in Gorakhpur and also we facilitate shelter home in Gorakhpur for children who are in distress. So at present in the shelter home we have 25 children and those children who belong to 6 to 15 years, they are sent to educational schools where they receive formal education, and we also have small kids who belong to from 0 to 5 years who are in the shelter home, whom are taken care very well by PGSS shelter home staff.
आज की स्थिति ये है कि
Today, 4,999 marginal farmers and peasants owning small lands are part of 163 farmers clubs. Among them, 60% are women who are also part of self-help groups. To make sure regular production from their farms, we have started organic farming. We promoted the traditional crops which the farmers are used to cultivate. Their products are certified by an international agency named SCS. Today, through their small organic agricultural products, the farmers are making a good and steady income. These products are made available to the general public through Samriddhi Green Shop.
जैविक उत्पाद आज बाजार में आम उपभोक्ता वर्ग के लिए उपलब्ध है.
Under the livelihood promotion program, we are promoting organic farming initiatives in almost 150 villages, and the farmers are producing products in an organic way using all organic inputs. We have also value-added centers, and from the value-added centers, the products are brought here, and this is an outlet in Gorakhpur city. From here, we distribute these products into the various parts of the city. They also make use of this opportunity to create awareness among the community on organic products.
Today, everyone knows about the process of open meetings of the village panchayat and the process of passing resolutions. During the 2010 panchayat elections, many of our people contested elections with the help of PGSS women's groups. When we organized a felicitation ceremony for the newly elected presidents, most of them said that it was through PGSS support that they became presidents. We had carried out a campaign during 2010 panchayat elections. First of all, we enrolled all the names of those people, especially the poor, whose names were not in the voters list. We appealed to cast votes and not to be carried away by those candidates who distribute clothes, alcohol and money. People voted fearlessly. As a result, from 50 of our village panchayats, 33 were elected as presidents, 103 as ward members.
और 103 सदस्य हमारे 50 ग्राम पंचायत में जीत के आए.
हमारे PGSS में एक
PGSS runs a program called Sure Start to ensure the good health of mother and child. We visited every village, organized meetings of mothers groups and village health and sanitation groups. First of all, we identified the expectant mothers, registered their names in the PHC with the help of ANMs, conducted their checkups and immunization and gave them 100 iron tablets. We asked them to save money so that in time of any emergency they are able to reach the hospitals. We told them about important things like thread, soap, clean cotton clothes, safe place, etc. to be kept ready. They were encouraged to go to the hospitals for delivery so that the health of the mother and the child is assured. We advised them also to avail the government scheme of rupees 1,400 with the help of which the mother is able to have nutritious food.
रुपये का लाभ मिले जिससे वह जो बच्चे की माँ है उनको हम लोग पौष्टिक आहार देकर उनको सुरक्षित किया जाए. पहले स्थिति थी
In the former days, if husband wanted, he could push his wife out of the house and put a lock on the door. The wife had no right over husband's property after his death. Similarly, if the woman came off from her in-laws' house, she would not have any right in her parents' home. PGSS had a campaign for the women's rights for their husbands and father's property. The campaign included an attempt to enter wife's name in the bank account of her husband. At present, we are engaged in registering women's names in the land documents of the new land deals.
खतौनी में नाम डालने का भी प्लान चल रहा है, कुछ सफल है.
पूर्ण स्वराज का कैंपेन चलाया.
We conducted a campaign on Purna Swaraj. During the election period, a film Hivre Bazaar was screened in the villages of all the 7 districts. We asked the candidates whether they would make their villages like Hivre Bazaar. They promised they would also work towards making their villages the most developed.
Gorakhpur being a flood affected area, to reduce the vulnerabilities, we started community managed disaster risk reduction program.
In order to have qualified and well-exposed developmental activists, PGSS has started in its jubilee year a college for Masters in Social Work. It is in collaboration with the St. Joseph's Degree College, Gorakhpur. PGSS is also a learning cum resource center for various NGOs all over North India.
Until 2010, working with people with disabilities or children with disabilities used to be one of the programs of PGSS. Now there is inclusive nature in every development interventions. If it is organic farming, there will be people with a disability as members of the particular program. In that situation, we have also made certain modifications in the infrastructure of PGSS, making ramps, making our toilets, our hall, our dining halls, our offices accessible to people with disabilities.
Networking has become a hallmark of our organization, and also collaboration with the government agencies for implementation of the various programs.
PGSS is networking with many national and regional networks such as UPVHA, Upavan, Chai, Rupcha, Vani for various types of exposure visits, capacity building programs, guidances. We have also supporting organization in terms of finance, Caritas India, CBM, Liliane Funds, CRS, Manus Unidas, PSF Luxembourg, TDH, government agencies such as NABARD, Labour Department, Ministry of Women and Child Department. So with this generous contribution and support, we are able to bring changes in the lives of the poor and the marginalized.
I am a Brahmin by caste. My experience of these 10 years, I found that this society is truly secular in nature. It serves irrespective of caste or creed. When we consider the workforce of the society, there is no consideration of any caste or creed. Even the governing body is secular in its nature.
Some people ask me, you are working for 25 years in a Christian organization. Have you become a Christian? I tell them, I haven't become a Christian, but I have become a true human being.
It's a matter of great joy for us that PGSS is celebrating 25 years of its glorious services and also thus contributing towards the development of the people of this area, and we see a tangible development and also change even in the mentality of the people to work together, collaborate together for making a better nation, better India.